I don't like this. Can we do it?
All right, and we are live here on Tuesday Booze Day, Couch Coaches, every Tuesday night at 8 o'clock. We got a lot of topics, a couple topics to talk on. I wouldn't say a lot of topics, is that we're in the cold part of the off season, but we got the draft coming up this Thursday. We got Stephon Gilmore potentially on the trading block. We got the Chiefs bulking up their offensive line, looking a lot better for going after the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And every rumor that's ever existed for the Patriots has been out there. They're about to trade their
Julio
Defensive Player of the Year, Julio Jones. Are they going to move up? Are they going to move down? Is Belichick just going to pick somebody at 15? So I guess we can start there with all the rumors going on. What's your guys' initial thoughts on all the rumors that are out there in terms of the draft and what to expect here on Thursday?
Which ones? What do you want to start with? The Gilmore one, real quick.
Whatever stuck out to you. Hit me with it.
No,
I'm more into the Julio one. So if you want to talk, Cam, about the Gilmore one, you can
go for it.
I mean, this is the time of year where everybody's an expert, and I just love it. Whether they're an expert about how good a guy is going to be or what a team's going to do, the draft is just like a plethora of opportunities for people to be right. So everybody just throws shit at a wall and hopes that something sticks. And when something does stick, they act like they're the champions of the world. It's a wonderful time to be alive, folks. It really is. Rumors that I think are true, I have no idea, and nobody else does either. I don't know. I mean, for how many years have we seen Belichick trade out of the first round? Now all of a sudden we're hearing that there's a possibility they're trading with the Panthers to move up to 8 to get who? I don't know what's going to happen, but apparently they want to move up to 8. There's rumors about people trying to trade back. There's rumors about Julio Jones possibly stepping foot in New England. Would have loved that about 4 years ago, but whatever. The rumors are all over the place. So what to believe? I have no idea what to believe. I don't believe any of it as far as I know. So,
yeah. So the Julio Jones is making a lot of sense to me. He's going somewhere, right? He's going to go somewhere because Atlanta has no choice. They have less money than the Patriots did last year. Right now, they don't have enough money to sign any of their draft picks this year. Any.
Who? Atlanta?
Atlanta, yeah. They have $929,000 in cap space right now. So, what I was reading up on this because why it makes more sense is the Patriots or whatever team right now is not going to have to give up anything this year because they're not going to trade him before June 1st. Because if they trade him before June 1st, they'll have to pay 1 year of his back end of his contract. But if they wait until June 1st, they have 2 years to make it more acceptable for them and to pay off like his incentives and his bonuses and stuff. And that gives them, I think, two or $3 million more dollars. So, and they would be able to sign things. So I say the Patriots give a second next year, a fourth next year, and N'Keal Harry. Boom. It makes sense to me.
That would be super interesting.
You get N'Keal's not worth a lot. You get someone that's supposed to be good. Maybe he's different in a different organization, right? And then they're also talking about, maybe Gilmore being involved in that trade.
Yeah. So that's really the biggie for me is if they can find a way to get Julio without moving Stephon Gilmore, that would be insane. I really feel like Atlanta, though. But I mean, like
they're not going to get what they want, though.
No, because
no way, because they are in need to get rid of him, and everybody knows that.
That's so interesting.
Dimitroff fucked them big time with that contract. The ex-GM. I mean, really? That's such a gross contract.
What is it structured at the end of his contract? Is he's owed
like 23? He's owed $23 million, 15 guaranteed, 23 and then 23 with incentives and bonuses and stuff like that. So if he was traded, the team he went to would only have to pay the 15 this year, and I think it's 15 this year, and I want to say 13 and then 13.
Okay, that's the 13s are pretty low for Julio Jones. I think Julio Jones is the best.
I still think he has it. Yeah,
freak, dude.
Yeah.
Julio is consistently underrated too.
You guys remember when Moss came, right?
Oh yeah, I
Everyone said
vaguely
he
remember
was
that.
done in 2006. They said he was done, and then he just rejuvenated his career. Who knows? This could be that.
It's the thing that I start thinking of that gets my mind going is I start being like, all right, if the Pats can make a move, pick up Julio, and then draft their QB of the future this year, like if the Justin Fields rumors are true, or the whoever Mac Jones rumors, whoever they want to pick are true, that's pretty insane. If you can get Julio, you have this receiving core, these tight ends, this offensive line. I mean, that's a scary offense right there. That's a scary football team.
Yeah,
Still better run the rock though.
I just don't. The money, they just have no money. They need to get rid of him.
That sucks.
Like they need, and it sucks. But that's why I think that this trade has a little more validity than other things we're hearing, like Gilmore gone. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm not just saying it's to the Patriots. He's going somewhere. Yeah. And the Patriots are one of the 4 teams that they say have been kicking the tires. Green Bay's been one. Green Bay's been one, they said. Detroit's been one, they said.
Green Bay's never going to pull the trigger on a weapon for Aaron Rodgers. I don't know what their deal is.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine though, Eric? Can you imagine that Devontae Adams and Julio Jones
and Julio on the same field?
I feel like the Packers have, like, the owner has a wife, kind of like the Cleveland Indians owner in Major League, where she's like trying to tank the team.
That fucking song.
And any time a weapon comes for Aaron Rodgers, she's just like looking at her husband like, nope.
Like,
we're gonna get another quarterback. We're gonna get
Aaron Rodgers is wild thing. All
right, so I don't mean to rewind it back, but for the Atlanta Falcons, in talking about their outlook over the next few years, this kind of feeds into what I was saying. Like, we're talking about they're trying to win right now again, and I hate to bring this back up because I was kicking a dead horse, and I know you guys don't want me to bring it up again, but Julio Jones is gone, and I think the Atlanta Falcons, to the point of saying, if they're trying to compete for right now, what do draft picks do for you? So I think they're going to be looking for players. So maybe Stephon Gilmore is somebody that the Patriots could throw in if they're actually trying to compete for right now.
It's money though, Eric. They don't
That's
have
the thing.
They don't have any money. So they are in literally the same situation. Yeah, if they get rid of the $15 million from Julio, so now they're going to have about $16 million in cap space, right? But then say they bring on a Gilmore. Yeah, Gilmore's $7 or $8 million right now,
and then
that gives them $7 million. Yeah, so
trim off some extra fat.
That makes sense.
Last week wasn't the rumor going around that Gilmore was going to extend to New England?
Yeah, and I've seen
what's going on.
I've seen both, but I think the closer it's getting to this draft, I think more and more is, like you said, like people throwing shit against the wall and see if it sticks, or it could be literally things that they're hearing because it's getting closer. And now, Gilmore, maybe nobody gave the Patriots an offer that they thought was good enough to trade Gilmore, but who knows? Now maybe they strengthen the pot. Maybe a team came in and they were like, whoa, okay, let's think about this.
He's going to the Chiefs. Could you imagine Julio on the Chiefs?
The Chiefs have no money.
Dude, the Chiefs are going to be in a pinch.
I really don't understand the Stephon Gilmore trade rumors, because if let's all pretend like we're in the offices of the New England Patriots and we have Stephon Gilmore at $7 million this year. I mean, and I understand you can trade him and get value for him if there's a team out there that wants to sign him long term and Stephon's open to it, to signing a contract like that and playing out the next year at $7 million. Like, yeah, I mean, if the trade is right, but for the Patriots also this next upcoming year, I think the question is Belichick planning on competing this year? Because if he is, Stephon Gilmore at $7 million and also JC Jackson that just signed the tender or whatever. I mean, you have a chicken tendy. You have a really solid group of guys, and you can. I mean, they're still playing with money at this point.
Yeah. It's pretty. Yeah. Have you guys thought about like just the contrast between last year and this year in New England? Like last year, it was like we don't have any money for anybody, and this year it's like they still have like 18 million,
15 million they have right now.
Dude, that's crazy. They're gonna make some moves. Thursday's going to be wild, fellas. Thursday's going to be wild.
I mean, like we're gonna get into that in a little bit, so we'll save that for the draft talk. But back to the Julio and back to the Gilmore thing. You said why they would get rid of him. They could get rid of him because they think maybe Julio. Maybe they think Julio. I'm sorry. Maybe they think Gilmore is going to walk next year, and then if he walks next year, they're not going to get anything from him. And now might be the only chance, and they can get it. He's an All-Pro. You know, he was the best defensive player in the league last year or 2 years ago. So, I mean, they can get at least a first-round pick for him. And if they're going to do it, they're going to do it now because who knows if he's going to sign. That's me playing devil's advocate to you, Eric. But again, why not? I love J.C. Jackson. I think he's good. People are comparing him a lot to like a shot in a pan, like saying he only had one good year and maybe next year's going to be different. I mean, anybody that has 9-10 interceptions.
JC Jackson is a very legit. I've been watching JC Jackson since he was at Maryland. Actually, fun story about Cam. I used to write these I think I've told Eric this before. I used to write these for Pat's Pulpit. I would do these fan blogs or whatever when I was in college. That's cool. Yeah, and I would write them and I would post them and shit. And so it was when JC Jackson was coming out. So whenever that was, 4 or 5 years ago. And I wrote one and I was like, these are the corners that I like. I also really like this kid from Maryland, JC Jackson. I don't think he's going to go high, but he's definitely a dude that New England could pick up and he'd be a stud. Sure as shit. He gets picked up and he's a stud. So whatever. But no,
get that article back.
Dude, I can't find it. I gotta find it. I gotta find it somewhere. If you guys can find it, it's
Mike, you find it.
It's under my name on the Pat's Pulpit. If I
can't find the article, he wrote it though.
I wrote it. I did.
I'll find it.
I swear to God, I remember being like, "This is Jason Jackson."
Conveniently, you can't find it.
Yeah. But no, it is a good point. I forgot what Mike was saying, but no. For Gilmore for $7 million for this year, that's a good value to have a really good corner on your team for that much. But again.
What I was saying was if they were going to trade him, maybe now because this is the only time. He could very much walk next year because a lot of teams are gonna offer probably a lot of money for him next year, and that the Patriots probably won't.
What do you think the top 3 spots are for Julio right now?
Green Bay,
New England,
Detroit.
Detroit would be sick. Julio and Detroit would be sick.
Detroit makes a lot of sense too because they got the money for it right now,
and they don't have. I was just looking at their depth chart; they do not have.
No, they need it. They need a number 1 receiver.
Yeah,
bad. I think it makes more sense. Listen, for Aaron Rodgers, if the organization actually likes him, which I don't think they do, it's just my opinion because they've done nothing but fuck the guy since he started. I think. But if they like him, they would go ahead and do this, and they would immediately become the favorite in the NFC. I think
that would be insane, dude.
Lonnie, we will be talking about the Kansas City Chiefs offensive line at some point in time, but
I'll fall asleep while they do it.
So this is what I was thinking.
Don't push Lonnie. Lonnie, stick around. We'll talk KCO.
Well, we are.
I
definitely want to touch on
my business, devil woman.
That was a gut punch to me. I'm a big run the rock guy.
Eric is
big O line. Get a big back.
He does it one season in a Madden in a couch coach's Madden league, and he's all about running the ball now.
I miss that team. I remember somebody bought my team, and I was like, "You gonna be like?" I was very skeptical.
They ended up winning after you left, so
they were trash. Anyways, all right. So here's something that I was thinking about today after the Kansas City Chiefs made that move, or it was yesterday. My dog just did something crazy. So Belichick, and I'm thinking about Julio Jones and them thinking about getting another weapon and how are they going to position this $14 million in comparison to the draft? Because I don't think that Belichick is going to get a quarterback, and I don't think that he's going to go out and try to get a weapon. So I think he's going to be
save it for the draft.
And I really think he's going to be going after, and I said defensive line before, but now I'm starting to think maybe he's going to go offensive line in this draft and try to move up. If he was trying to move up, I think he's trying to go and get an offensive lineman.
Bill? In the first round?
Yeah. Yes.
Eric.
I'm starting to
reaching for
I'm kicking the tires on a bunch of different. That's what I like to do.
Eric's throwing shit out the wall.
Let's see how this feels. Let's see how this feels.
0-2 pitch, just closing his eyes and hoping.
Am I throwing things out there? Or is this a gay porn?
I mean, for you, it could be both. But no, he's not. Listen, if they're going to trade up, it's going to be either for a wide receiver or for a quarterback. They do not need an offensive lineman right now.
I don't
not
see
in the
them,
first round.
I don't see them moving.
I see them maybe getting one in the third round in the 96 pick. Maybe
you're not worried about Isaiah Wynn potentially going down.
You can't. You can't go. You can't base your roster off of injuries. Like maybe this person's going to be injured. You can't do that.
I mean, depth is a big deal, but the reason why I don't think they go O-line is because first and foremost, Trent Brown. You have Isaiah Wynn, you have Shaq Mason, you have David Andrews, you have Michael Onwenu, right?
Karras.
Teddy K came back. Like they have
I forgot about Teddy K. Okay.
They have, all I'm saying is that they have the depth. So going and picking an O-lineman there, I'd be like, hey, I'm an O-line guy, Bill, but like there's
might be the dumbest. If he does that, I am leaving. Like I will meet if he picks an offensive lineman on Thursday on our live stream. I will immediately leave and turn off Twitter, and I won't talk about football for
not just Mike. Not just draft an O-lineman. I started to like think about the math and started to think about what if he trades up for an offensive lineman.
You're sick in the head, Eric. There's not like an offensive lineman right now that's worth trading up for that wouldn't be there at 15 to just stay there.
I'm kicking the tires on some ideas. That's all I'm saying. Is like,
who would you wait, you can't say that you're going to draft an lineman and then say I'm kicking the tires. Who would you pick? There's two guys that I would imagine you would pick.
It was
Sewell, the kid from Oregon.
Maybe Get off Slater, of Google, right? Get off of
or
Google.
Slater. Both of those guys are legit. Yes, but I would not move if I'm the New England Patriots.
But they have Slater going like 19th, anyways.
Yeah,
in a mock draft, I've seen him going like 19th or 20th.
I think he's going to go before that. Slater's pretty legit. Not only that, but there's a lot. No, Eric, I don't like your idea, actually. There's a lot of depth in this draft when it comes to tackles. There's some legit dudes you can pick in the second and third round.
Yeah, even the fourth round. They have 3 picks in the fourth round.
That Eichenberg kid from Notre Dame,
dude,
Mike,
he's
is pretty legit.
Way underrated. I don't know how people are saying
I'm an ideas man.
For him. I'm like, ooh.
I'm an ideas man.
I know you are, but come on, man.
He's an entrepreneur.
In the back, he is an entrepreneur. So, but in the back of your mind, man, you know that they're going offense here.
Have to.
Probably line, yeah.
An offensive weapon.
Speak my language.
Right, let's go weapon. Offensive weapon. So quarterback or wide receiver.
I don't think they're going wide receiver. I think Belichick has. I feel like the whole
loves
room.
Waddle. Everything I read, Belichick loves Waddle.
Do you guys think that there's some legitimacy to the Justin Fields rumors with the New England Patriots?
They say I just saw a mock draft. I forget who it was. Oh, it's Sims. Sims Jr.
going to like 20. Was that you?
He went to 32.
Oh, yeah.
Justin Fields?
He had him falling 32nd to the Buccaneers.
I don't get why people don't like Justin Fields. Is legit.
Is it because he has epilepsy?
Could be the epilepsy.
Just don't play.
Epilepsy.
Just don't do shining lights.
Just don't play Sandstorm in the stadium.
Don't do techno when you're. Or Zombie Nation. Don't drop a Zombie Nation.
Don't go to Kansas City. If they flash that laser in somebody's eye, he's out cold.
No, but seriously, like, what makes him drop? Like, Sims isn't like trolling that much. Like, he believes that. He's not just like a guy that like he's an idiot. I think he hates the Patriots too. So that's another thing. But what makes someone think that he put that on paper, right?
Why Mike just leave? I guess his Wi-Fi just dropped. I don't know why people don't like Justin Fields. I'm a big Justin Fields guy. Justin Fields had looked legit in college. We'll work on getting Mike back while I fill the airtime here. Justin Fields looked legit in college. Justin Fields is another one of those guys who I look at not necessarily in the same vein as Trevor Lawrence, but when you think about it, he's done everything necessary to be a legitimate draft pick in this year's draft. Like I don't get why people aren't a fan of him. And on his pro day, he crushed it.
And Justin Fields beat Trevor Lawrence and everything, and that show I was telling you about, right? The high school show I was telling you. There's another show. It's called Elite 11.
Yeah, and
it's like 11 best high school quarterbacks, right?
God was in Elite 11.
Yeah, he was. So was Aaron Rodgers,
baby.
Yeah. So he was in it. So you can watch it on YouTube. So they have an MVP the best quarterback of that thing out of the 11, the best in the country, and Fields beat Trevor Lawrence. So I don't know.
No,
maybe it
I
is
don't
the
hold
epilepsy. It could be.
I don't hold a ton of weight in the Elite 11 stuff.
I know, but at the same time, that he's not a bad quarterback.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't get why
drives me crazy. I want him, and literally, we're not talking draft yet. But
if the Pats traded up to 8 and Justin Fields is there, I would be geeked if they picked up Justin Fields.
I want him over Lance.
I agree with that. 100%.
I just don't think Belichick is at the point of taking a young quarterback. I just like
why though, Eric?
I don't think he is.
He has nothing else to do unless he has a plan next year to trade for someone big like a Deshaun Watson or something, or like a, you know what I mean, or a Rodgers coming. Why not? This is the best quarterback draft class in the past. I say 11 was good, but I think this is the best in 15 years.
It's a pretty legit.
There's going to be 5 quarterbacks maybe drafted in the first round. You don't see that.
I just feel like Belichick looks at a scenario, and if somebody was, and if like somebody's available, say a quarterback's available that could be a quarterback of the future, Belichick's still like, man, well, who's the best talent available at this point in time? Like, I feel like he thinks like that. You know what I mean?
I think he used to. I think it's different now, man.
I think
it's way different now. I think this is a different Belichick thinking.
I fucking love Eric's Belichick impression.
I do love Kellen Mond. I do love Kellen Mond though.
Mond is hey, you know who else I love? Who's not getting a lot of love?
You like Trask?
I'm a big Kyle Trask guy. People hate Kyle Trask. Why don't you like Kyle Trask?
He reminds me of a worse Ben Roethlisberger.
How do you get that?
He's just clumsy and he just makes stupid throws, and I don't know.
Kyle Trask like that.
Because his salt game is probably not even close.
Plus, I don't want a quarterback. I don't want a quarterback that names rhymes with trash.
I want somebody mean.
You want to hear that?
I want somebody with a rap sheet.
No,
what?
Want some QB1 energy in the building?
I don't know. I mean, Trask was up for the Heisman through
the first 6 weeks,
6-7 weeks, and then he fell. I think they lost 2 in a row, right? They lost to Bama and Auburn. I think Auburn
in the SEC, and people are lighting them. Like, I think Kyle Trask is legit. When I looked at Kyle Trask's game, it mirrored a lot of what I think New England wants to do. They want to get their quick game going. They want to stretch the field. They want to do a little bit of everything. I think Kyle Trask can do that. Now, if
he might be there at 3.
And Justin Fields, like if they trade up to 8, I wholeheartedly believe they're going to take Justin Fields or Jalen Waddle. Wholeheartedly.
Wait. Well, no, keep going. Sorry. I have a question. I have a question.
What's your question?
Go.
I feel like none of us have really put our stick in right across the sand and put our heels in the sand and said, this is what the Patriots.
Well, that's what we're going to do later on the draft.
For the next 3 or 4 years. And I think we did it in the last podcast. But what do you guys, what's Bill Belichick's mindset?
7 years. 7 years.
7 years?
He's got 7 more years, probably.
Oh, like how much longer he has?
Yeah. And also, is he looking out for the future of the Patriots, too?
Yes. Yeah. Because he could be done coaching, but that doesn't mean Bill Belichick's he could just GM.
His kid's still there.
Like you don't know. Like, he's still going to be involved with this organization until he's like 6 feet under, pretty much. You know what I mean? So yes, he cares about this. He's put his whole life. He's put 21 years into his life onto this team, and he's not just going to leave him high and dry. There's no way. I mean, unless there's any validity to the whole Kraft and Belichick hating each other, but I don't think that's true at all. But yeah, I mean, he's 69, great number, great year. I could see him retiring at 75, 76 years old.
Okay. I don't think that he's setting. Let me put it. I don't think that he's setting this up for like an all-in 1-year deal.
He's not setting us up for failure.
No, I think. I don't think so either. I think that he's trying to still prepare for the future, which is why I think trading up to 8 and picking a guy like Justin Fields makes sense.
I think just trade up to 7. I think the 7th round pick. Why not just trade up to the Broncos?
What do you mean?
At 9. Why go 8? No one else.
Oh,
is gonna
because
be.
the only reason why I'm saying 8 is because those are the rumors that I saw today on
Yeah,
all
I saw that.
but-
fucking pads.
But why?
All the
I saw
idiot
that too. But
Pats
I'm like,
pages
what?
that I
But
follow.
why? It makes no sense to me. Because number 8, who's at 8?
Panthers.
Panthers. Okay, they do. I don't see them picking a quarterback
Yeah, that's a good point, though, Mike. I see what you're saying. But like, I don't know.
unless there's something we don't know behind the scenes. See, we don't know. Like, I'm sure these coaches and GMs fuck with each other these past like 2 weeks, right?
Yeah,
Just total head games, just
100%.
complete head games. Like Eric and Dennis and Chell, like just complete head games, just mind
one-sided.
games.
That's
never
all
a safe
one-sided.
moment. Never a safe moment in that.
Well, like
house.
I think kind of the interesting thing, Cam, we talked about this probably a couple of years ago, and we were talking about kind of the leading up to the pre-draft and how the quarterback stocks are almost like politics, where you're trying to figure out like what quarterback is good, and then all of a sudden this stock drops and this stock drops, and it's almost based off of all these other different coaches' opinions and what
100%.
information's going out
100%.
there.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's so interesting to see what's happening with Fields and how he went from some people were saying, is he going to be a top 2 pick all the way down to maybe he's going to slip down to 32. Like people are
crazy.
like, are people starting to leak information on him? Because it's starting to feel like that.
What's going on? Wait, with who? With Fields?
With Fields, yeah.
I think. Listen, there was at one point where he was like, people were talking him up with
like
Wilson,
top 3.
like saying, will the Jets maybe pick Fields instead of
But
Wilson?
we knew this was going to happen. Like I knew. Like I don't know.
But I see what
might not
Eric's
have
saying,
vocalized
though.
it.
But I
Yeah.
see what Eric's saying. Why? And none of us know why. It makes no sense to me because I still think he's still the top 3 best quarterback in this draft.
I agree. I think Justin Fields. I think Justin Fields could be better than Zach Wilson. The only guy who I don't think the only guy
I think
who
he's
would
going to be
rank-
better than. Sorry, you heard me say it.
Say it.
I think he's going to be better than Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, I mean, first and foremost, like that ranking system, part of me can't stand it. Sorry, my brain is fried. Part of me can't stand it because it's like there's so much that goes into like the success of a quarterback, especially as a rookie. It's like, okay, the one dude's going to the Jags, the other guy's going to the Patriots. Obviously, the dude on the Patriots is going to have a better chance to be successful. I don't necessarily like that litmus test or that measuring stick, but
Yep.
I don't get why Fields has dropped. I mean, this is something like I knew that
we don't know
going into the combine and going into the draft that Zach Wilson was going to climb. I knew that he was going to climb, and it makes sense. Like he's legit. Like he's got some serious arm talent. He's super mobile. All of that shit. He's really good.
Yeah,
but at the same
he's
time,
definitely the most ready for the NFL.
Justin Fields isn't like a bad quarterback that we shouldn't be talking about. Like Justin Fields is fucking good too. Kid balled out at Ohio State for the last 2-3 years, man. The kid's legit.
He doesn't lose. He didn't lose.
That's
Didn't lose a game in high school. No, he brought the Ohio State to a national championship and just ran over by a juggernaut. Nobody was beating that fucking Alabama team. Nobody was. And it's just it blows my mind. But again, maybe it's something behind the scenes that we don't know. But everything I've heard, he had the highest. What was that? What's that test called?
I know what you're talking about. The IQ
whatever
test for the
IQ
test.
It's basically an IQ test for the NFL. Wonderlic test. Yeah, Wonderlic test. He had the biggest, the best score of a quarterback in the past 30 years. So he knows the game. That's got to turn Bill Belichick on a little bit.
Got to get a feeling a little something.
I'm getting a little chubby here.
I bet it's hard for Linda to get him going, and then she's just like, "How about a cover 2?" And he's like, he's like, "That's what I'm talking about." Like
this
quarterback's
been dashing you up the middle. What are you going to do about it, Bill? Say more.
Vince Wilfork's thinking about coming out of retirement. Oh my God. That's what I'm talking about.
Defense, Bill. Defense, Bill. Oh.
All right, so let me throw this out. So let me kind of bridge the gap between.
Let's go.
You guys
Hold
are
on,
saying,
Jimmy G too. There's another trade.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
that's what I
What's
was about
happening?
to.
You guys got to fill
damn
me in on
sport.
this shit because like I said, I'm underground right now.
Really? Oh yeah. It's
So
another one.
Legitimately, tomorrow after my final, I'm like making draft videos and trying to get caught up.
Locked in.
Jimmy G in this photo looks like a dude who's drunk outside of a bar, like
100%. Yeah.
and doing a little yee.
Yeah.
But this is kind of a bridge between what we were talking about earlier.
Sorry.
In that if Belichick is going to go on a 5-6 year stretch, maybe this is the answer that he's looking for. But also Jimmy G's got a big old contract, right? He's getting paid pretty good.
I thought you were going to say he had a big old cock. I really did, and it could be. I mean, he is Italian.
Is that porn star?
He did date the porn star.
Nice.
No, but so what's being said is there's a lot of people that really think that they're going to waste a lot of their draft picks and Gilmore, J.C. Jackson, and N'Keal Harry for Julio Jones and Garoppolo.
Could you imagine if they traded for Julio and then they also like traded their first rounder this year for Jimmy G? It would be wild.
And I think, I don't know about you guys, but I think everything changes with the availability of Jimmy G once they pick Mac Jones.
They're definitely going to take.
That's who I think they're taking is Mac.
I think they take Mac Jones too. I agree. And then, but like, this is the thing though. Like this is the thing with like the Niners. Like the philosophy to build for the future right now at the quarterback position is having a guy sit. And I understand Mac Jones is older. I get it. And I understand he can probably plug and play. I get it. But you got a guy like Jimmy G there. Let Mac Jones sit for a year, learn the system, and then move on from there. Then you move Jimmy G. If I'm San Francisco, that's my goal. Yeah. But Jesus Christ.
Yeah, there's the porn star. He took her on like one date, I think it was. He took her to
it was like one or two dates.
Like an NFL an NFL thing or something like that.
And I'm getting it was like out to dinner
event?
No, it was out to dinner in LA or something like that.
I'm pretty sure the second one was like an NFL event.
No. He kept it clean. I mean
taking her on a date, I mean, it's still whatever.
It was just dinner. And then whatever happened after that. This is
dumb. We don't need to talk about that.
He made her pay, Tony.
Yeah, he probably did. But at the same time, I don't think I want Jimmy G.
If you could have Justin Fields or Jimmy G, who would you take?
Justin Fields.
I would take Justin Fields too.
He has a higher upside.
You would take Justin Fields too? I thought for sure
I was
you would take Jimmy G.
Wow, Eric. I thought for sure you were
going
to say Jimmy G. I thought you were gonna with your Italian brethren.
No, I think so. I think kind of the ideal quarterback for the Patriots would have been like Matt Stafford or, kind of an established veteran quarterback. But Jimmy G is definitely overrated. All he did was hand off the ball that Super Bowl run. But I don't know. It would be interesting to see. I can't talk when you do that.
Sorry.
When he's slugging shots.
Why? Are you jealous?
I don't know. No, I mean, I'm all out. So maybe. No, I mean, Jimmy G is a little bit overrated. I don't think he's the answer. He's not worth that money. I think if he was getting paid like $12 million, $14 million, then yeah, I think it would be worth rolling the dice.
Wait, what is he making? Yeah, what is he making?
He got a fat old contract.
He got a massive contract.
He was the highest paid quarterback at one point in time. It was like 4 years ago, and I think any quarterback that gets a new contract is going to be the highest paid. If it's
it couldn't be. It couldn't be.
It's in the 20s. It's got to be.
Jimmy Garoppolo's base salary for 2021 is $24 million.
Yeah, he's up there.
Aggressive.
He's not worth that money. If he was at 14 or something, then yeah.
26 mil is a cap hit.
That's aggressive. That's a lot of dough for Jimmy G.
I would love Belichick to unload his picks or unload it and make a trade for Jimmy G and then cut him and he can go anywhere. And Belichick is just like, you can go anywhere you want, but you're probably scared to go somewhere else besides underneath me, Bill. And he would fucking have to sign a contract. And Belichick would sign.
Gotta love the Eric Bill Belichick voice.
Randall's in the building. What's up, Randall? Good to see you here. But Randall just
So-
went on with Luke and had like a full-on debate.
I
It's
saw
fucking awesome,
that.
dude.
I saw that. He's
Fucking
a
awesome.
smart.
Randall, mad respect to you, bud.
He's a smart guy.
He's like a
He's a very smart
subscriber.
guy.
He's like follows Luke on everything, and he just like hopped on and went crazy. Mad respect for coming
I
prepared.
was watching.
I love
it.
shit like that.
Yeah, he's a smart dude. See, I love people that like you can talk to. Like, okay, disagree with me. That's fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But know your shit. And I feel like
Yeah.
that guy. He knew his
100%,
shit.
dude. 100%. He had some good stuff. So anyway,
When was that?
they literally just ended. I finished
He
my
hopped on,
test
yeah.
and then I hopped on with Luke and I was watching Luke and I heard Randall and I was like, I haven't heard him before. Like, what's his deal? And then and he sounded really good. And then I found out that he was a subscriber. So super cool.
Absolutely pumping this guy's tires right now.
Oh no, it was awesome. He deserves it.
No, I know. So do you guys want to get into the draft talk now? Fuck it.
Let's talk about a little Kansas City. Let's talk about
Kansas City.
offensive line.
Kansas City offensive
Kansas
line.
City. Let's talk Kansas City.
As I
So-
drink my Cavatier.
That's what you guys always say about the
I am the latest man.
The latest man, Courvoisier.
Yes, that is correct. I am the latest man.
I gotta watch that movie. That is a fucking underrated movie.
Oh.
It's an SNL sketch first too, which is even
yeah.
better. Yeah,
That's how all of them. It's a Roxbury, same thing.
yeah.
All right, so Kansas City offensive line. This is a move that I absolutely hated as a Patriots fan. They got a great offensive lineman, albeit it's only for one more year, but they will probably sign him to a long-term deal. Am I thinking about the right guy?
Yeah. No, it's him. Orlando Brown.
And the Baltimore Ravens, it's interesting from their perspective because they got somebody for a lot cheaper. They got somebody that can kind of fill the slot, right?
They got a lot for him too.
They did. I was gonna say we got to pull up that trade really quick.
They got a
'cause I don't
lot for
remember
him.
off the top of my
I think
head.
it was a 2021 first. No, 2021 second, a 2022 second.
It was a 31st overall. So I think
don't know.
I think it was
2021.
this year.
Yeah. It was a first round pick and then a second round pick. I know.
Yeah.
I can't just find the regular straight up trade. I gotta go through all
Yeah.
this shit.
Dude,
Chiefs
that's
traded
like,
their 2021 first round pick, a third rounder, a fourth rounder, and a 2022 fifth rounder in exchange for Orlando Brown, a 2021 second round pick, and a 2022 sixth round pick. That's a pretty fatty trade.
I think that's pretty. Now that you read that, I think that's pretty. That's good for every team. I think both teams got pretty good. Yeah, no one really got the W on that trade. I don't think.
No, I think it's pretty fair, and I think that anytime you're dealing with the Browns or the Chiefs, like they're not just going to roll over. There's going to be a lot that goes into it. Big trade for Kansas City, shores up the tackle position, especially after they cut Eric Fisher and Mitchell Schwartz. Both of those dudes were just so big in their Super Bowl run in the last 2 years. Eric Fisher got injured last year, which I think was a big part of the reason why they lost the Super Bowl. But having a guy like Orlando Brown there, it adds that security to tackle. You don't have to worry about it. He can do a little bit of everything. He's been in a downhill run the football offense for the last couple of years. My biggest concern with this as Kansas City is the fact that he's on the last year of his rookie deal and you have to pay him. And this is Kansas City's done this now with a couple of cats. Like you have to, there's going to be a yin and yang to this thing. Like at some point, they're going to have to pay Orlando Brown. They're already paying through the nose for Patty Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Chris Jones, Tyrann Mathieu, like Frank Clark. Mike, you just looked up his deal the other day. I mean, they're paying through the nose for a number of guys, and then they have to add Orlando Brown to the books as well. I just don't know where they're getting this money from. If they can figure out how to do it, then hey, more props to them, and they're setting themselves up for a really, really nice 4 or 5 year window to win some Super Bowls. But I mean, I don't know where they're going to get the money, but for next year, phenomenal trade. Great trade for them.
Yeah. Does it seem like a little bit of a rental for you? Like that's a lot for a rental?
Lot for a rental, which makes me think no. I also don't know if he would have been cool getting traded if he didn't know he was going to have security. Also, if you're him, why the fuck would you want to go anywhere else?
Right? I mean, you're going from one contender to another. So it's not like he's going to, going to the Jaguars.
To a team,
you know
that's
what I
not a
mean? The
contender.
team that's not a contender. But yeah, I don't know. What do you think, Eric?
Eric's our Kansas City Chiefs salary cap expert, Eric.
He just loves to hate on him. That's
I
amazing.
do.
I love it.
I basically try to speak into existence them tanking because of their salary cap issues. I've tried to do that in multiple videos, but I thought it was a solid move. They got a Pro Bowl offensive lineman that's gonna protect his left side, which is huge for Patrick Mahomes. You saw what happened in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Also,
very true. Yep.
I mean the depth issues that they had at offensive line, but at the same time, it's like if you're a Chiefs fan, you better win a Super Bowl in the next 1 to 2 years off of these trades, because the way that Mahomes' contract is going to play out, we talked about this multiple times, is it's going to be more and more difficult as time goes on unless the salary cap increases by a ton.
Which it will, but not by as much as I think they want it to. Yeah.
The increase on the TV deal wasn't as much as I thought. I saw the initial number, and I was looking at the numbers compared to the last TV deal, and it was an increase, but also there's a little risk involved too. And I don't know. I was looking at all the numbers, and
it's $5 million a year. $5 million a year.
It'll be teams that are looking for a receiver right now. Chiefs depth chart, they have Tyreek, McCole Hardman, and then after that they go Antonio Callaway, who, if I'm not mistaken, was on the Browns. Byron Pringle. Like there's not a ton of Brown. They get to Marcus Robinson as well, but
he got cut. Galloway was the one who got cut, or from the Browns. He got cut on
Antonio Callaway.
He got cut on Hard Knocks.
Oh, really?
Hard, yeah.
Oh.
I remember he was like talking shit to the coach. He walked in there and they were playing him like not first team, second team. Yeah. So he was like, well, if you're going to play me second team, then just trade me. And then it's like a day later, they traded his ass.
No shit.
Yeah.
Interesting. But anyway, like they're a team that I wouldn't be like, I don't think that they would have the firepower to go and pull off a Julio deal and have that be legit. But
they can't.
There's no way.
How much money? Hold on. While you guys are talking, I'll look it up. How much money that they have?
Now, Sammy Watkins is gone too. He's on the Ravens, right?
Yeah, Sammy's out of there.
It's still going to be a high-powered offense,
though. Yeah, that's big for the Ravens.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting.
As of March 17th, 2021, the Chiefs are projected to have 9.1 mil.
Yeah, they can't make a move for Julio, but they're probably going to draft a receiver. And he's probably going to be a legit dude.
At 20,
Luke G coming from the top rope about saying anybody
how many years does he have left in him? I mean, he's been in the league for 10 years. I did just see that he has been in the league for a minute.
Yeah, I get that, Luke, but I do understand that. But and then I use this again. Okay, Randy Moss is one of the best ever, right? But at that same time, when he was coming to the Patriots, I remember everyone being like, "This is dumb. He's done. He's 10 years in. He hasn't been good for 2 years. He's nothing but a headache." Stuff like that. You know what I mean? And again, he had Tom Brady throwing to him, though. Okay, I get that. But at the same time, I feel like Julio Jones going to another team, another organization will rejuvenate him and make him into a player. Maybe 2-3 years, you're going to get the Julio Jones that you've seen for 2 or 3 years. And I think that's worth it. I think his contract. I think you get him for his contract. And then after that, if he's not, you drop him. It is what it is. But the risk, I think, is lesser than the reward. I think
Julio only makes sense if you're a legit contender. Which, if you're only a legit contender, then Green Bay makes the most sense for him. Which I'm not a fan of because, I mean, I don't know. Well, not that I'm not a fan of. I don't think it's the way Green Bay has run their organization. I don't see them making that move. I don't think it's impossible, but I don't see them making that move. But
not with that wife, not with that wife in the front office. But but I think for Julio, I think New England is a really good fit for him. I think. Okay, think about adding Julio, and I keep thinking about all these different scenarios that could go down. And of course, if you add Julio, we keep forgetting. I almost keep forgetting about how great this tight end core is, and also you have the rookies there that can add depth, and they can play it out. Put one of them on the practice squad. You got the depth at the offensive line, especially after you draft an offensive lineman with the 8th overall pick. I mean, it's a powerhouse offense, and or you could get a wide receiver with that pick and really spread out the weapons. But I don't like Julio Jones on this team. I think he would be ecstatic to be on this squad with Cam Newton running the rock. That would be an incredible offense. That would be incredible.
Sick. Eric, how fired up do you get every time Cam Newton has a carry, like on the ground carry?
I'm a big ground guy. I don't like seeing the ball in the air. No, like when I see a pass,
I'm way different than you.
I see a pass.
I love the passes.
Like a light that's
too much.
I don't want to see a ball in the air.
So
run the rock.
What are you doing? Say the Patriots get Julio, right? Say somehow this works out and they get him somehow. Does this make this Patriots team offense that much more elite, or are you still question mark because of the quarterback?
I think that I obviously it's going to add. I think no matter what, it will be in addition. I do think that there's going to be the question mark about Cam until he proves to us that we shouldn't be questioning him. So, and not necessarily questioning him, but it's just like, and again, we've talked about Cam ad nauseum on this on our little podcast, our little show here. But until Cam Newton comes out week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, and shows us that he can throw the football, be effective, make the right reads. He's not throwing a bad ball when he's throwing it when he's got to throw hot. Like until he can do stuff like that, there's going to be that worry. The Julio thing I think would be sick for this year, but it would be even cooler for the next couple of years if they go and they pick up a Q or in the draft. And again, I'm not like, because if Cam balls out this year, like let's say Cam has a legit year, throws 32 touchdowns and like 10 picks, 15 picks, whatever. Like there's a good chance that New England re-signs him.
That's what I was trying to get at. Like, what if he has a year and they go to, say, the AFC Championship game, right? Or the game, or maybe the semifinals or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or the divisional game. You start thinking maybe Cam can stay here.
Yeah. I agree. But, like, that's the thing is that we got to see that because there was too many times last year –
he had nobody though, Cam, and we all know that.
I agree.
It blows my mind that not everybody thinks like can see that. Yeah. Literally, this is the worst Patriots team I've ever seen offensively last year.
Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah, but like the whole thing, like it's just a sexy narrative, man. It's such a sexy narrative for
it's
media.
A really sexy narrative.
What do you mean? Like Cam can't do it, or what do you mean?
Well, actually, wait, hang on. No, what do you mean?
What do you mean by sexy narrative?
Well, the whole sexy narrative is that Brady left and then Belichick's here. Let's see how exactly they match up. And then Belichick basically lost like 27 players, and you're like, no excuses if he's the best coach ever. There's no fucking excuses. And then Cam Newton's got like a construction worker at left guard, and like the whole defense is like they lost like 9 guys plus injuries, so they have no field position. Cam Newton's like throwing off his back foot every single time. They're like, you see, Belichick's not that good. And we talk about this before the whole season, before all the opt-outs. Yeah. We're like, none of this has anything to do with, like, it doesn't matter how Tom Brady does and Belichick does. We know how good each is. But just from Cam Newton's perspective, I agree. I think this year is going to be really interesting because he's going to have a really deep offensive line. He's going to have his weapons too, and he's going to have the opportunity to run the rock too. There.
Yeah.
So this year, at the end of this year, there's no excuses. I think if Cam doesn't do well and he's the starter for all year long, he's retiring after this year because there's no excuses. No one else is going to take him. They're going to see, either that or he's going to be a backup.
Man, I pulled up
sorry, go ahead.
No, the graphic, the stats between. I was looking at like game by game stats of Tom Brady the year before Cam Newton in New England.
You said this before. Yep.
The numbers, Cam Newton's numbers, I think were like they were either a little bit better or a little bit worse.
A little worse.
There was no. I think Cam's
from what you said. You said. I remember you saying this before. It was a little worse.
It was something. It was very worse, close though. The numbers were like insanely close.
And that's for Cam missing a game.
Yeah, and but also it's like you look at the schedule, and I was looking at like strength of opponents, like specific opponents and stuff like that. It's like the Patriots went 12-4, and people love that comparison too. It's like, well, Tom Brady had this offense, and then Cam Newton inherited it, and then he only won X amount, but then like Cam Newton got COVID, and then everybody died on the team. And
the first 8 games of that year that Brady, they played nobody.
They played JV.
Nobody.
They not only had a weak schedule, and we talked about this too. They had a weak schedule. They were playing backups too, backup quarterbacks.
Yeah, they were playing teams that were hurt, injured. Like they just got very lucky for those first 8 games, and then they played Baltimore, and they got the brakes beat off of them.
Yeah,
you finally play a team that was good, and they beat them. And I think that's when I would give Eric credit. I think you said it. Both of you guys said it. I think at that point you were like, all right, this team is just not it.
Yeah.
It's just the first team they play and like this.
I like when I was watching that, I was like, New England's they're always good for like a loss against a legit opponent during the year when they would go on a run. But when I was like, this team's not it, 2 games specifically, when they played the Giants on Thursday Night Football and when they played the Bengals, because when they were struggling against those 2 teams, I was like, this team's not.
I remember that game.
Yeah,
you're talking about the Tom Brady year. The
Tom Brady year. Tom Brady.
It was a Thursday night. It was a Thursday night game against the Giants, and it was like they almost lost.
Yeah, it was.
But the one thing, I remember that. But the one thing about that whole season is, it's like they're still that team. That team was so bad, and you have Belichick and Brady, and this is credit to both of them. And they're 1 point away from beating the Titans, who ended up smoking the Ravens, the 2-loss team the next week. It's like only Belichick and Brady, that combo, can have just a dog shit roster and roll into a playoff game and stretch it out into the fourth quarter and be within striking distance. Like,
who knows if Gostkowski hits that field goal, what the fuck happens?
Yeah,
we might be talking about Tom Brady still staying in.
Did he miss a big field goal in that game?
Yeah, he missed an extra point.
Me and Dennis were there. I don't even remember that.
Oh,
it was 14-13. He missed an extra point on the second score.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
That was heartbreaking.
Me and Dennis saw Tom Brady's last Super Bowl and last Patriot game ever.
That's pretty
cool. That's pretty cool, though.
That's cool.
That's cool to say. That is cool to say.
I wish that I would.
As much as I hate Tom Brady right now, that's cool to say.
Yeah, I was at the Super Bowl. A lot of people don't know that.
Jen,
I was there.
My girlfriend just found my
which one?
My Tom Brady. She bought me the military jerseys. She bought me a Tom Brady one, and I hid it because I didn't want to see it anymore when he left. I literally was that upset. Like I was cutting up pictures and she saw it and she's like, I washed this for you. And I was like, put that away.
Where did you find that?
Face.
I hit it on purpose.
I started crying a little bit and it was so rough day.
Dude, you know what's weird? I think we're in a simulation. I think about this all the time.
Okay, we're not going down this.
All right, hang on. Can we talk the draft before we start talking simulation?
Yeah, I'm not talking. I hate that conversation. I just had this conversation with one of my friends. That's why I fucking.
It's a little bit strange.
It's stupid. It's the dumbest thing ever.
That like our families went through turmoil in sports, and all of a sudden we had like 25 years.
The Earth is flat too, right?
Could be. We don't know. Have you seen it from outer space?
No.
All right, let's go to the draft.
Astronauts have.
Let's go to the draft.
All right, so I'll start this off.
Asi.
I
don't think that's how you spell it, but I like that. I like that spelling.
No, that's how it's spelled. Devin Asi.
No, it's not.
It's not two separate words.
Yeah, it's not. Asi. It's not Spanish.
ASAI. Right?
It's ASAI. It's ASASI.
He's another Bay Area guy, though.
I could be wrong by that. Anyways, so draft's coming Thursday. For people that are listening still, we are gonna go live through the whole first round, pretty much, right? Is that the plan?
My finals will be done then. I will have drinks in hand. I will have videos ready to drop on YouTube.
Come hang out with us. Come in and out. If you're doing something, it is what it is. But come hang out with us. Tell everybody. We're gonna advertise it from today on. We're gonna have a good time. So
we need to get
I want
every 15 minutes. I think we should do like every 20 minutes. We have like a guest for like 10 minutes. So we get Luke G.
We're gonna get Luke. We're gonna have guests. So I can get the
Donnie Wahlberg thing. I can get Donnie Wahlberg on
I
here.
can get the deer. No, I don't
He's
want
like multiple posts.
Donnie Wahlberg has
his cop show is awful. I don't,
Dude, I really can't stand like every sports documentary that comes on, and it's
He's
like
my
a Wahlberg
least
pops
favorite
up, and you're
Wahlberg.
like, how is there a Wahlberg in every?
He's my
fucking
least favorite
documentary?
Wahlberg, though.
That's
I
actually a
hate
really
him.
good point. How are the Wahlberg? Well, obviously, like that's how they're involved.
Do you guys have HBO or HBO Max?
Yeah. Why?
There is a business. They follow Marky Wahlberg around. Yeah. He owns like 6 businesses, and they follow them around the whole year of Corona and stuff. It is the coolest documentary I've ever seen, like business wise, and like how he dealt with it. Like, and like Mark's smart, man.
He's the boss, man.
He like, I know there's a gym. It's called F45. It's like it's a gym.
I know you're talking about.
Yeah, you go there and it's like a team building. So you go and you do, and like people pump you up. He bought into that, and now it's blowing up over the country. There's one in like right down the street from me. So
I want to
like,
learn the Mark Wahlberg impersonation. I saw somebody doing it on TikTok. Like,
say hello to your mother for me. Hey,
you call me that?
Hey,
how would you call me that?
You got a nice llama there. You got a nice llama there. How about you say hello to your mother for me?
Dennis knows about this. I've been in my car. I've been learning Morgan Freeman impression, and I'm determined in like 2 years from now, I'm going to have a party stopping Morgan Freeman impression.
Party stopping Morgan Freeman
impression. I'm working on it. Do you want to hear it real quick? Been working on it.
I think
okay,
you want
to we're going to go. All right, everybody, we're going to hear Eric's, and then we're going to go to the draft.
I want to answer. Pamela had a question where we are going to have it on YouTube, but I think we're going to do like a draft tracker because last time we actually had the draft on YouTube.
I'll have it next. So I'll have it next to me. Like this is how it's going to be.
Mike,
I think they sense that shit too.
Yeah, but we'll be able to update people on the picks and let them know what's going on. I'm also going to throw on some your mic went out. I'm going to turn on super chats in case you guys want to donate to the program. Help us out here. Everything's going to go back into the channel though, get us going in the right direction. So,
can you hear me?
We got you now, Mike.
All right. No, okay, I won't
Eric want to do his
it.
Morgan Freeman impression?
I don't know. Maybe I should
before you do. I won't post it. But
can you announce the picks in a Morgan Freeman voice?
Oh, you want? I'll give you a little taste.
Okay. So give me like
that'd be awesome.
Jacksonville Jaguars have selected Trevor Lawrence.
I can only say his
Jaguars.
Name.
Oh, okay. So
you can only say his name.
I keep saying his name over and over again. It's like
okay. All right.
Oh, no, then don't do it. Don't do it yet.
No. I want to hear it. I want to hear it. Hang on.
Morgan Freeman.
Okay, that's good.
That actually wasn't bad.
That's good. Work on it, but that's good. Start.
Morgan Freeman.
So, like, when you and Dennis drive around, is it just both of you guys driving, or you driving and you just saying Morgan Freeman to yourself like that over and over again?
It's my dog in the back seat that's like kind of weirded out, but I've done it with Dennis too. He's kind of weirded out.
That's awesome.
Are you a big Frank Caliendo guy?
That's good.
Yeah, I like him. Yeah, he's good.
Caliendo.
All right, so what are we talking about?
I can do one. I can do an impression. I can do the 8 Crazy Nights.
All right, this isn't an impression show. Let's talk draft.
This is
pretty good.
That's a technical foul.
That's pretty solid.
You're just kidding. You got really nice boobies.
All right, that's it. All right, I'm done. All right, let's go.
That gets me every time. Every time Mike knows that. Every time he busts out that voice, I'm fucking going laugh.
All right, so draft. We're gonna go around. I'll be the last since I know the most because I do. I'm just kidding. Cam knows the most, so Cam will go last.
I don't know if I do, honestly.
No. So we're just gonna go our prediction. All right. So we'll do our prediction now. All right. And then Thursday, right before the draft, when we come on, we'll see if we're gonna keep that or if not. And the winner, say any of us get it right, and this counts as trades, the other has to pay them $20. So $40 if you win.
If we get it right.
If you get it right. So $40. So 20 from each of the other contestants, right?
Well, nobody's going to get it right because Belichick's going to draft somebody.
But that's the best part. And if nobody does, then we don't. It's fine. But I'm just saying.
$100.
Okay. I'll do 50 each.
All right. $50.
Okay, wait, you guys just assigned me to a contract. Do I get no say in this?
Listen, you're going to be a lawyer. You're going to have the money. Just put it on your taxes.
Tax write-off?
Tax write-off. My podcast. I guess the wrong draft pick. All right, Eric.
Is Eric
I
going
have to go first.
Do you know? Okay.
I'm not ready for this.
You're not ready for
Go.
this?
Mike, go.
Okay. So I think the Patriots trade up to either the 9th, 8th, 9th, or 10th, whatever they trade up. Can I just say they trade up? Can I say they trade up, or do I have to know the exact?
You could just say they trade up.
Okay, so they trade up and they pick. I think they picked Justin Fields.
That's what I was going to say. What the fuck? All right. Eric, you're.
If we're both right, then Eric owes us both $50.
I don't know if that's how this is going to work, but all right.
Yep.
Eric,
I'm going to go ahead.
Eric's going to have some shit for
hold on. And I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say why. And I think we all should do this.
Okay.
I think because at this point, we talked about it. Belichick has what I think 5 to 7 years left as a coach, right? Maybe more. Who knows? We don't know. But I think that's what it is. I think that Fields brings in the next 5 years. This year he's probably not going to start, but he brings the Patriots the best chance to win out of all the quarterbacks left. I think Trey Lance. I think a lot of people are putting a lot of stock into an FCS quarterback who has only played who's only played one game in 392 days. And that one game he did play was awful. He had his worst game ever. Yes, he played well the year before, but I still don't think he was competing against the best. I think in Ohio State, Fields was competing with the best. He led his team to a national championship and was a game away from winning a national championship. And I think that you are going to see a better quarterback in Fields than Lance. And that's my opinion. Stamp of approval.
Again, let me hop in here and let me just do I don't know if you guys have any legal pads close to you. If you guys want to grab a pen, maybe a little legal pad to take some notes. I think you guys just don't understand.
If anybody can, will have
the overall philosophy. You guys just don't understand the philosophy. It's not going to be a quarterback on day one. There's no way this team is going to be taking a quarterback on day one.
Okay.
It's going to be a linebacker out, or it's going to be kind of a versatile type dude who's going to go up on the line, or it's going to be an offensive lineman. Everybody thinks that's crazy. Everybody thinks that's crazy. But here's the thing. Here's the thing: is we're trying to build for depth. We're trying to build against some of the teams on the run going to the Super Bowl. How are we gonna equip in a war against these teams? And it's going to be somebody like, it might be Slater. I'm between a few guys right now. Okay, I know you think Slater's outside. I think if they're going to trade up for Slater.
Wait, are you saying
they're going to get Micah Parsons? Okay. I think Parsons is going to be an option as well.
He might not be there by then.
I think. Who are my other guys? Hold on. Maybe Collins or Pay. Woody Pay. Is that how you say his name?
Those are the guys that you think New England. Do you think they're going to stay where they are?
Yeah, I think they're going to stay where they are. I think it's
so
going
they're
to be
15 and picking one of those, because I don't think Micah Parsons will be available at 15.
I think he could be available.
He might be.
I think he goes 12, maybe.
It's either going to be Parsons or they're going to trade up to go get an offensive lineman, which you guys think is out.
Why though, Eric? I'm being dead serious. Like, I know you're trying to be kind of like, spontaneous, but why? It makes no sense for the Patriots to go get a offensive lineman in the first round. They have 5 picks they have 3 picks in the 4th round, 1 pick in the 3rd, 1 pick in the 4th. Why would they pick in the 1st round?
I don't think they pick an lineman in the 1st round.
I don't even think they pick a lineman until the 5th round.
Just give me one reason why you think the New England Patriots are going to take an offensive lineman in the 1st round. Do you think they trade up to take one, or do you think they just take one?
I think if Belichick really likes what's his nuts, he's going to trade up. He's going to trade up for him.
Because
Isaiah Wynn
probably going to be right.
How often is Isaiah Wynn just banged up and hurt? And you take away Isaiah Wynn from that lineup, And I know you don't go into a season thinking about how reliable a player potentially could be. But the thing about with Wynn is he's never been reliable. He's just his knee has been banged up the whole time. And if you lose Wynn, all of a sudden you're in like this little kind of predicament. And everybody's thinking about the defense. You're talking about the linebackers. You're talking about the defensive line. And there's so many people saying you can never have enough of X, Y, Z. But on the offensive line, it's like if you lose Wynn, okay, Ted Karras, I love Ted Karras too, but Ted Karras is not a fucking showstopper out there. Like, I think everybody sees a lot of names and sees and thinks depth, but there really isn't depth there. And again, for everybody who's listening out there, myself and Bill Belichick can explain it to you, but unfortunately, we can't make you understand it. Okay? We can say the words, but we can't make it sponge into your brains.
For some of you that are just joining us, Eric thinks that him and Bill Belichick have some sort of mind what's it called? I can't say the word. Telepathy, whatever it is. Telepathy. So they think the same. Telepathy. That's what Eric thinks. So I don't know, Eric. I'm sorry. Can you do another one that's not an offensive lineman? Can you go real quick?
That is real. No, Eric, fuck that. You
No,
okay, I'm going to stand on that. I said Parsons or they're going to trade up for that guy.
Okay, so Parsons is not an offensive lineman, so that makes more sense.
Why does that make more sense than the offensive lineman, though?
Because they need more help on D than they do on offensive linemen right now, especially in the first round. 15 in the first round.
I cannot wait until Belichick trades up into 8, and everybody's like, "It's Justin Fields' time. It's Justin Fields' time." And then Slater gets picked.
If that happens, I will come to Connecticut and I will be your butler for 5 days.
Your bow tie and all?
Seriously, everything.
I want you by the door.
I'll call you Matt. I'll be like Batman. I'll call you Master Del Bono the whole time. Can I help you with anything?
I want you talking in
an
voice.
English accent.
Hello, Master Del Bono.
Can I help you? I'll have to learn
That's
it.
a technical foul. Do you want some eggs with that?
All right, Cam. Your turn.
Right.
Please.
That's a show, I think. That's a show.
Cam's
I haven't gone yet.
Jesus Christ, Aaron.
You said Justin Fields.
Why do you want to leave us so quick?
Because we're going to lean this out.
Do you have a side piece? Do you have a side piece?
No.
Okay, then we can go as long as we want.
He already said Justin Fields, but
no, he didn't. I want to hear what
I'm
Cam
going
said.
through a draft right now and like trying to plan out what I think is going to happen.
I thought we were going to do a mock draft too. I thought we were going to do that. That would have been cool.
I don't think
we
Eric
did
has
the
the
first 3
legs.
rounds.
we can do the pre-show.
Yeah, pre-show, a little mocky pre-show.
We had a mock draft on the whiteboard, I think like 3 years ago.
Oh,
Cam,
I remember that.
I got a web.
Yeah.
with the hook Nate. With the hook Nate.
I got a website though that we can use. It's Pro Football. It's like PFF something.
Yeah, we're
I
not
have
using anything PFF. We'll use the Draft Network because they have a nice.
No, that's what it is. It's your draft, but you can use it and you can make trades. You can do whatever you want. So, all right, Cam, go.
I'm looking at it right now. First overall is going to be Trevor Lawrence. Second is going to be Zach Wilson. Third, I think this is going to be the first shock of the draft. I think they go Mac Jones at 3. I really do. I think that he fits what they want to do in San Francisco. At 4, if Atlanta's smart, they try and move that pick, maybe move Julio, try and get some cap space back. But more than likely, they're going to do the thing that probably doesn't help them.
Hold on, Cam. They won't trade Julio until the 1st.
That's what I'm saying.
It's already been said. June
until
1st.
the 1st. What do you mean?
June 1st.
Yeah,
because if they trade him before June 1st, they're going to only have 1 year to deal with it. If they trade him after June 1st, they have 2 years to spread out the money they owe him.
Oh, okay. So then
I said that in the beginning, so way to listen.
No, okay, so hand up. I was trying.
Foul. That's a technical foul.
All right, so if that's the case, then I could see Atlanta flipping the script and going with a receiver, maybe a Jamar Chase at 4, if they're going to move Julio. That's actually really interesting, I could see them moving Julio and picking a guy like Jamar Chase. Cincinnati, they should pick a tackle. Will they? Probably not. They're probably going to go with the receiver. They should pick a tackle. They should pick Sewell or Slater. So Sewell Slater will be off at 5. At 6, you got Miami. Chances are they're probably going to go with the receiver as well. At 7, Detroit. I'm wholeheartedly in the same boat as Luke with Detroit. Pick a tackle.
What did Luke say? What did Luke say?
Luke thinks Detroit's going to pick a tackle, and I completely agree with him. I think they go Slater or Sewell.
I think they go Pitts.
Kyle Pitts? I don't think no. Pitts doesn't make any sense.
I think they go Kyle Pitts. What do you mean it don't make sense?
They got TJ Hawkinson. You don't need another tight end. You need tackle.
But who says
this is my mock draft? This is my
who
mock
says
draft.
he's gonna be? Who says he's gonna be a wide? Who said he's not gonna be a wide receiver?
I mean, he's getting drafted as a tight end.
Okay, all right, whatever.
All right, so I think that now you messed up my whole mock draft. Now I had to go through this shit. And do it
I didn't
again.
know we were going through the whole thing. I would have done that too.
I'm not going through the whole thing.
Pick by pick,
I
all the way to
thought we were
15.
going for the Patriots.
Hang on,
I didn't know we were going the whole thing.
You guys are messing with my mojo right now. It's not cool.
I'm fucking up.
I
your
liked
mojo.
it. Keep going. I liked it.
All right, so back to the drawing board here. All right, so we got Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson, Mac Jones. I think they go Jamar Chase at 4 because they're probably going to move Julio. They should go tackle at 5 with Cincinnati. So you got to imagine Sewell or Slater is going to be gone. At 6, Miami, probably going to go with the receiver, Jalen Waddle or Devontae Smith, whichever one of those two cats. At 7, I think they go tackle. I think that they pick Slater or Sewell, whichever one's still there. At 8, is the only spot that I could see the Patriots realistically trading. Well, that's not true. 8 or 10, I could see them moving up to. But at 8, if Carolina stays there, then you got to figure maybe they go defense, maybe looking to replace a little Luke Kuechly. Maybe they pick Parsons. At 9, Denver. This is the only other spot that I could see them picking a quarterback going. This could be a Trey Lance. This could be a
but
Justin
again,
Fields.
why can't the Patriots trade at 9 though?
Because I don't know if Denver wants to deal with New England, to be honest with you. Because it's not going to be a straight up 1-for-1. It's going to be a 1 for a bunch of other things. I don't know if they're going to be able to get a deal done. Dallas at 10, you got to imagine they go corner. At 11, New York, you got to imagine they go defense of some sort. I don't know of any dudes that really stick out. Philadelphia, they're probably going to go corner as well. 13 is LA, almost said San Diego. They're probably going to go defense. 14 is Minnesota. I think that they're probably going to that. I would imagine they go. I wouldn't be shocked to see them go O-line. They could use some O-line help, but maybe D-line or actually secondary they have a young secondary. They might.
Can they draft a quarterback?
I don't think they will because they're so locked in on Kirk Cousins. Not necessarily that they love him, but they're paying him like they do. So I don't think that they would move. I don't think they would take a cue with Kirk Cousins there. And then at 15, I think New England stays at 15 and they pick Justin Fields or they pick a receiver. But my first instinct is that they stay at 15 and they pick Justin Fields.
Is Jamar Chase so asinine for the Detroit Lions?
It's not. That's what a lot of people are arguing. That's basically what Luke and Randall were talking about. Is it crazy to go receiver with Detroit at 7? I just don't think that right now. I think that you can solidify your offensive line and you can get because like this draft has some deep receivers. Like there's a cat coming out of Clemson who's legit. Rondale Moore out of Purdue is legit. Yeah. There's some dudes who can play that are going to go second or third, which is why I don't think Detroit is too inclined to go with a receiver when right now they could go and get a legitimate tackle who's going to start and play well for them at 7. That's what Randall's whole thing was. He thinks they're going to go a receiver, which he made an outstanding argument for that I wouldn't be surprised that they do. So, but I think they stay at
Bateman
15,
though too.
And they pick Justin Fields.
People are like Rashad Bateman out of Minnesota is a legit wide receiver as well.
Yeah. No, dude, there's legit.
Like they have a lot of good. I'm like now double. Like I've been trying to look at it, but like a lot of it there's a lot of good wide receiver. Like quarterbacks is definitely what this draft's about, but wide receivers very close. Like,
these are the
receivers are very close.
Jamar Chase, Jalen Waddle, Devontae Smith, Rashad Bateman out of Minnesota, Terrace Marshall, legit, Kadarius Toney out of Florida.
Elijah Moore out of Ole Miss.
Yeah, like there's some very good receivers in this draft, which makes me say
Rondale Moore out of Purdue. Like there's a lot of people, man.
Which makes me say that Bill Belichick's going to look at quarterback and say, I'm going to pick Fields, I'm going to build around Fields, and I'm going to pick a receiver in the second round. It's going to be an exciting day for the New England Patriots.
I think so. I'm gonna last thing I'll say about the draft is I think so. There is I'm trying to find his name as soon as I talk, but there is a running back that ran 8 touchdowns.
Oh, the Buffalo kid,
and yeah, from Buffalo.
Yeah, I can't remember.
He is the next James White. He's like a clone of James White, but a better runner. Let me look at what his name is.
I love James White,
but I think they get him in the fourth, like the last 4th round pick or a 5th round pick, because like this is a Belichick type of player.
Interesting.
And
can never go wrong with having too many backs. Am I right, Eric? Just roll them in there, baby. Roll them in there. I want you to run dive right for 8 plays, and then if you're feeling frisky, you can run dive left.
Jared Patterson is his name. Watch that. If I'm right about one thing, I think that Jared Patterson will be a Patriot by the end of Sunday.
Okay. That's exciting stuff.
So
draft is going to be legit, man.
So
I'm gonna try to line up some guests for Thursday. We're gonna have at least 3 or 4 guests.
Let's get Dennis on.
Ooh, can we get Dennis on?
Get Dennis on.
Update on the golf game.
Let's get Dennis on. Not even that, but I'd like to like Dennis isn't a dumb Patriots fan. Like he knows his shit. Like
Questionable.
Oh my god, I knew. How do you guys live together? If I was Dennis, I would have choked you out months ago.
So
he doesn't. He can't name an offensive lineman. I
would have put you. If I lived with you, I would have been like that guy in the Netflix series, and I just
remember when remember we threw the boxing gloves and I fractured your rib?
Wait, what?
Yeah, it's not a joke. He did. We said we were going 30%, and Eric throws a right hook at 100%.
No, that was a jab.
At my front. No, you threw a right hook.
That was a jab.
Okay,
that was throws a left hand? That was like
no. He threw a right hook. But
think about your
let's be real though, because the whole time. I wish Dennis was here. The whole time Eric was complaining. I thought we were going 50%. I thought we were going 50%. And I was only going 50%. So next time you want to go 100, you're going to feel 100.
Yeah,
and
you felt 30%. They had a fractured rib with a left hand.
I didn't have a fractured rib.
Left hand.
Wait, so you guys, how old were you guys?
It's like 6 weeks ago.
Oh.
We were hammered. What were we doing?
What just happened?
What were we doing? We were doing something. Oh, it was
my
Eric's birthday
party last year.
So Dennis had a lot of Eric's friends over for his birthday, and then I was one of the last ones there. And we went outside, and he's like, "Oh, check out my punching bag. It's cool because I have a punching bag in my basement too." So I was like, "Oh, this is awesome." And then all of a sudden, me and Eric just looked at each other like, "Want to spar?" And we're like, "This is a great idea. A million beers deep."
Did you guys have any headgear or anything, or you guys?
No, we weren't going headshots, but
all
we were supposed to be going 60%. And Dennis at one point was like, "I'm not reffing anymore because none of you are going 60%." We were throwing haymakers.
Did you guys wake up like sore and shit the next day?
I was sore. He didn't break my rib.
I know,
joke.
but like, if
but no, I was sore for sure. He got me one. He got me one.
Not boxing, and then you start live boxing. You're gonna like feel sore as fuck.
He got me good. I'm not gonna lie. He got me good. But that was funny though. We were so drunk.
Cam was like, "What was this like back in middle school or something?"
Yeah,
we're like,
"Nah, we're 32, 33 years old. We did that a couple months ago."
Oh, that's so funny.
So everybody, we are going to do this again Thursday. It's going to be a long one Thursday. It's probably going to be like 3 hours.
Yeah, we're
going to have
a whole draft.
We're going to have. I'm going to get Donnie Wahlberg. I'm going to talk to his.
Stop, Eric. Let's be real. We're going to really have Iggy. Iggy's really going to come on.
I'm going to get Donnie
Wahlberg. We're really
going
to have
Luke is going to come on.
Luke's going to be here.
I'm going to try to get the guy.
Donnie Wahlberg has not agreed to it, but he has liked multiple posts of mine, and I'm going to get Donnie Wahlberg on Thursday. I'm going to be relentless with his representation.
I'm going to see if Dear Patriots Nation, one of the guys, will come on.
That'd be cool.
We've been talking, so hopefully maybe they'll come on. And we're just going to have fun with it. We're going to drink.
I'm going live with Iggy tomorrow night. I forgot to tell you guys.
Good. That's awesome. You're the last one of us. He's choosing all of us. He loves us, man. And the thing is, the only thing I always wanted to ask that kid is how the hell does he get the guests that he has? He gets some good guests.
Yeah.
He's got to pay for them. And we're way too cheap right now. We're way too cheap. Guys, everybody that has been here with us tonight, thank you.
Tony. Tony's like, get Bobby Kraft on.
Yeah. Thank you.
I'm gonna get somebody that's gonna shock us on Thursday.
Let's do
I
it.
will get somebody. It's gonna end up being somebody like Chris Gronkowski or something, or whatever. It's gonna be somebody who will be like, oh shit. Like, I'm gonna get somebody.
All right. So Eric is promising something big. Everybody.
I'll get somebody.
I
All
love
right.
how you use Chris
Oh.
Gronkowski.
Right
All right,
on, it's
everybody.
funny as shit.
Thank you. Thank
Thanks
you
for
for
rolling
watching.
through, folks. Thursday. Be here.